Okay, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to another Volt TV Prime edition. Okay, I'm your host Nelson Mike with Ryuki. It's too many names. Too many names. It's too many names. It's too many names. It's too many names. I'm your host Nelson Mike with Ryuki, and right here on Volt TV, YouTube. And remember that today's broadcast will be also live streaming on 4 other platforms, which include my private Facebook page, the Volt TV Facebook page, also on Twitter at Volt Television, and of course here on Volt TV YouTube. Guys, today it's a different topic, it's a different subject that I'm going to be running tonight. No crying tonight. No crying. You're going to be crying tonight. Okay? It's going to be a lot of Hakuna Matata. And the topic, as you can see on the screen, is Africans versus Black Americans. And as you can see, I have my special guest tonight, man. I'm so honored to welcome Denise Middleton. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you.
Now, as we proceed, let me see who's in the room. Damn, Denise, they were excited. They couldn't wait. Now, check this out. So the topic is Black Africans versus Black Americans. And the conversation is, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for Black Africans to date Black Americans and vice versa in America? Woo! Denise, let me see. We got people in the room already. Let's welcome Sister Sice is in the building. And guys, don't write Hakuna Matata right there because it's going to be Hakuna Matata tonight. See, it's Hakuna Matata, but tonight I'm saying Hakuna Matata. Denise, man, just welcome to the show and say hi to the folks. And
Hey,
let them know where you're watching from and what you do. And actually, you know what? Let's actually even promote your business as well. Welcome, Denise.
Okay. So my name is Denise Middleton. I am a mobile massage therapist in the DMV. And I've been doing in the industry for 10 years. So yeah, my business is called Rebuilding Harmony Therapies. It's exclusive though, referral only. So you gotta know somebody who knows somebody.
That's right. But we're taking it listen, but we're taking your business global. And I'm actually very and I'm actually very excited to be actually working on your project. And soon, guys, you're gonna be able to access her new website that I'm working on. Man, it's such a pleasure. Let's see in the chat. We got Moses Kokach. Does that sound Black American to you, Denise?
Not at all. Hey, but hi again though.
Sounds like we got people from Wakanda in the building. Moses Kokach is here. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you another name. Let's try this out. The other name is Wadoide is in the chat room.
Okay. I'm glad you pronouncing these because I'm not good.
Listen, can you say Wadoide?
Okay. That looks right.
Okay.
That looks correct.
That looks right. Yeah, that looks right. It's gonna be a long night. Woo! So how do we start this show? I usually have like an icebreaker. And by the way, like I said, I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise guest for the show tonight. Let's start the show, Denise.
Okay.
Have you ever dated a Black African?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
More than one.
Okay.
Yes.
Only one.
More than one.
I gotta write it down. Denise.
Not with the nose.
One African. One African. One African only. Would you ever date an African again?
It's more than one. It's been about 3.
Oh. Hey, Denise, I'm confused now. Is it 1 or 3? Like uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. For the Spanish community, uno, dos, tres. She had 3. So Denise, was one of them from Kenya?
Yes. Yes.
Let me write it down. Oh, people are going crazy right here in the chat. Yeah, everybody's out here going crazy. Yeah, it's America. Hey, guys, tonight I gotta say it right. It's America. It's not America. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. So Denise has dated 3 Black Africans, and one of them is from Kenya. What other countries?
Ethiopia.
Okay.
And Ghana.
Ethiopia and Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 3, who had the best? I want to know.
Are we rating
write
these right now? Are we really rating these right now? Are we going 1, 2? We going 1, 2, 3? That's what we doing.
Can we rank them? Listen, can we rank Ethiopia, Ghana, and Kenya? Can we rank them from the best, from the top to the bottom? Who's on the top?
Nelson, I can't compare. I don't know if I can compare.
Hey, you have to. You have to. Who's on the top? I need to know.
I'm gonna just okay. So we're gonna go with Ghana.
Oh, hey, okay, guys. Thank you very much. I think we're done for this live stream show. Finish it again. I gotta finish the show. What?
Yeah.
Did you say? This is the top one. Is the Ghanaian goes on the top?
Yeah.
And then we'll come second. Ethiopian.
Kenya comes second. Y'all second.
Oh, it's gonna be a long night. Let me sip my coffee. I can't survive this.
You didn't tell me bring my. I could have bought my tea too.
I told you bring your green tea, but I got my coffee because I told you you're gonna be on the hot seat.
Oh Lord, Nelson.
Hold on. So let me just welcome. Okay, people are losing their mind. Let me actually. Are you serious? Kenyan, right with the 2 other guys? Okay. Then there's the next question. It's going crazy already.
You know,
next
is like come for that one.
The next one is like, they asking some countries like Kenya named Kisi. Do you remember? Okay, let me ask you this. You know, in Kenya we have 42 tribes. Do you remember which tribe he was?
Oh, see, I don't.
I gotta write it down.
No.
You remember? You forgot?
I didn't.
Okay.
I did.
She didn't even ask what's tribe. Oh, Mrs. Middleton. I don't know what's going on there, but it's gonna be a lot. I'm taking notes. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, she said Ghanaian is on the top. She said Ghanaian's on the top.
Yeah.
Charlotte be like, oh yeah. Answer that question real quick, Denise. Do you see that on the screen?
I live in Maryland currently. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So Denise, we were actually let's actually give the viewers a background of how we came around. How this
that's important.
So Denise, I'm gonna start working on her project, on her website project and her logo project. And we were having dinner, and the topic about Black Africans and Black Americans and dating came up. And we're like, wow, like it's very uncommon to see Black Americans dating Black Africans and vice versa. And we're like, yeah, we agree on that. And then we say, why? And that's how I suggested, hey, we gotta take this, we're gonna bring this topic to the podcast. And here we are. Denise, man, I gotta say first of all, thank you very much for coming here. I'm representing the Wakanda team. Hey, wait a minute before I go. Next question. Did you watch the Wakanda movie?
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. You already started. You already started.
I did.
You already started.
I saw both.
So every time
yeah.
You watch it, which one you like most? The first one or the second one?
Oh, that's hard.
It's not hard. It's easy.
I'm an original type of person. I like originals, so we're gonna go with the first one.
Okay, yeah. I'll say I love the first one.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out is like hey, it's like having the Hangover movie. You know, the first one was the
Yeah,
bomb.
it's always
By
the
the time it came
original
to Hangover
everybody.
3, we're down with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to the chart. Charlotte is saying, hey, she loves Ghanaians. Charlotte,
Come on,
uh,
Charlotte.
what? Okay. Hey, Denise, are you dancing? That's how happy you are? Are we that bad? Okay, good.
No, it's not.
Man,
That's why it's hard
okay.
to compare.
Good. So that was the question that's how we came about this topic, and now here we are on the podcast and we're having this conversation. I do appreciate you that I appreciate you. Denise, number one, because like you just said yes and here you are. Just coming here means a lot to me.
I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen. Am I seeing? Hey, wait a minute. See who's in the room.
Hey,
Did I see Blessing?
Hey, girl.
So the Lord is in the room. So he actually Denise, I told you, bring the whole Black American gang, because I call
You
my whole
want her
village.
to join? Blessing, you want to join?
Yeah, she can join. Yeah, just send her the link as a guest.
Okay.
And by the way, listen, yeah, send her the guest link, okay? Not the public one, but the guest link.
Right, okay.
Okay, welcome, Blessing. It's gonna be a long night. So hey, once Blessings comes here, we're gonna go crazy. And by the way, my surprise from Kisii. Tulia tu pali ulipo. Tulia tu.
Wait,
Kula
you
tu,
gotta
right?
say it in English again.
I thought you watched the Wakanda movie.
Wait. I wasn't ready.
Yo, you wasn't ready. Okay. Hey, Blessing. How you doing? Hey, Blessing. I want to take you out for dinner, but first of all, come up here. So let me see. For those who are watching this broadcast, is anybody? Let's start with this. Do we have any Africans in here who have dated Black Americans? And do we have any Black Americans who have dated Black?
That's what I want to know. I want to hear from the Africans.
Yeah, you want to hear from the Africans?
Yeah.
Before we bring blessings to the room. Blessing, have you ever dated an African before? I know already she hasn't, but she has never done it. She has never done it. Yes, I'm just saying. Blessing, I'm sure you've never dated a Black African before. I'm just saying. The only thing she listens to is Davido African music. That's all she listens to. Oh, wait till she comes up here.
She gonna be mad.
Yeah, she say no.
Though, Nelson.
Yeah, I said it. Hey, I'm right. She say no.
Yeah.
She say no. Hey, listen, Denise, if Blessings had a Black African guy, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
It would be cuckoo. I would go cuckoo if I had Blessings as my Black African girlfriend. Imagine how that would go.
You won't be able to handle it. You can't handle it.
So let me see. Someone is saying I only dated a Kisii and married to a Kisii. So Esther Elijah, you done. Are you familiar with the Kisii tribe, Denise?
No.
Okay, no. Have you ever been to Africa before?
No. I need to get over there.
It's gonna be a long night. Let me drink some coffee. So Denise has dated 3 African men, but has never been to Africa before.
Never.
Whoa. We're just getting started. So let me ask you a question, Denise, from you, like before I even chip in, and we're gonna have this conversation. Why is it so uncommon to find Black Americans dating Black Africans and vice versa? Just let's start from there. Let's just start with some baby steps.
Yeah, I think the baby step is stereotypes. So we all were taught something. Both Africans and Americans, Black Americans, were taught something about the other. And that kind of prevents us from really uniting the way we should, I think.
So let me ask a question. So let me ask you a question. So you as a Black American, what did you learn about, or what were you taught about Black Africans growing
up as a kid? All we said, I'm an 80s baby, so all we had was like the little commercials of the African kids starving, and you need to donate money and give money to the kids so we can feed Africa. That type of messaging.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
So that's the original like thought and process of an American. They're like, oh, okay, starving kids in Africa. And then as I was older, basically the stereotypes became like very controlling men, very like everything has to be their way or not, or no way at all. Yeah, so it was like especially with the whole Black woman thing too, like that clash alone was like,
yeah,
we two strong people trying to do something together, and it's like not working. So
it's not working.
It's almost like a don't even try it because it's not gonna work type thing.
Okay, so let's do this. Stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let you punch in. This is the first half. I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give it to you because
I need to hear yours too. I wanna.
Hey! I'm coming.
Okay.
It's gonna be all mixed up. It's all gonna be mixed up. So let's do this. Denise, 30 seconds commercial break right here on the Vote TV podcast. Okay, welcome back to this conversation, Black Africans versus Black Americans. Why is it so uncommon to find Black Africans dating Black Americans in America and vice versa? My special guest, Denise Middleton. You can also, don't forget, you can just share your thoughts in the chat room, in the comment section. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel as we continue to grow. I have a special guest in the room, but I'm gonna bring the guest in later. You never know. Denise, I think, you never know, Denise. You never know. You say you had an Ethiopian, you had a Kenyan, you had a Ghanaian. Oh, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. Someone is saying, let me read this comment from Charlotte. He's saying, I used to date a Black American man, but he was a cheater and I moved on. I mean, listen, Charlotte, I can listen. Doesn't matter whether it's Chinese, Black American, Black African. This happens in all communities. I mean, that one about cheating, that's not even something that I should.
The thing is, she moved on. That's the key part right there. Move on.
No, I know what happened. She moved on to the next Black American. Oh, okay.
How you know?
Okay, Charlie, you moved on to the next Black American. The stereotype thing, let's actually start from there. I find like this thing about the stereotype thing is and even from a day-to-day experience, my own personal experience, Denise, it happens all the time. You got people who have actually never left their own state.
Exactly.
And they want to act like they know everything about where we come from.
Yeah.
And they're going to find their crash. Let me ask you a question. I mean, I can just highlight some stupid stuff. There got people who still think that in Africa, we don't even have cars. We ride on giraffes and zebras. What am I talking to?
Poor things.
What am I talking to? Yeah, we see riding on that. Listen, you know that movie.
Elephant.
Listen, you know that movie. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you ever watched that movie?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's an old movie. But it's like a movie that I don't like that movie. When I was a kid, we used to laugh about it. It was like this South African tribe. I think it was the Zulus, and the way the movie was made, it was just made in a very typical African way.
Yeah.
With typical African stereotype mentality, like the thing that you watch, how they were dressed, how they were talking, the sound.
Yeah,
the people think like
when people.
You got people who think in Africa that's the only language we got. That's how we speak in Africa. That's how they think. Stereotypes. Okay.
Yeah.
But now let me come back to me as an African now. and what people think about Black Americans. The first thing that comes into mind is they are proud. It's a very proud community. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear that all the time. They got the proud. They think they own the world. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. You know, have you ever had a conversation with Black Americans?
Very interesting. I kind of want to talk about that, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, you hear that a lot. Then the fact that Black Americans have completely refused to, not all, but some, maybe a bigger percentage, I don't know, but some who have actually refused to connect with the fact that Africa is home. Which brings in that identity crisis of where do we belong?
Yeah.
Because I'm a Black American, but I don't want to be associated with Africa. But on the same token, in America, I'm not respected. I'm being, hey, who am I talking to today? That make me go to church. It's still early. It's still early. So you hear that happens in a lot of conversations. But because Denise, I do my homework. Let me actually read something about what you mentioned about stereotypes and prejudice.
Yes.
Negative stereotypes and prejudice towards both Black Africans and Black Americans can make it challenging to form relationships. For example, Black Africans may be stereotyped as being exotic or other, while Black Americans may be stereotyped as being urban or ghetto. You're gonna hear that all the time.
Yep.
Especially from the Black American, from the Black African community. Yep. So these Black Americans, they ghetto. And you know, when they say they ghetto, that's negative already.
That's another thing. That word.
That word.
Yep.
They so ghetto.
Yep.
They so ghetto, and of course, then these stereotypes can create misunderstandings and biases that prevent individuals from getting to know each other on a personal level.
Yes.
So, do we agree on that?
Yep. That's the smoke.
Are we on the same page?
Yep.
Smoke screen. As we proceed, Denise, let me give you a story. Last year, December, something happened. A Kenyan lady from, born and raised in Kenya, who came to America 19 years ago. Went to school. Did everything that immigrants do once they come to America, which is working towards achieving the American dream.
Right.
Had a very successful nursing career. Actually, she started her own nursing home. A mother of 4. Who was married to a Black American. Was brutally shot and killed in December by her husband. The husband also killed all 4 children.
What?
And then turned the gun on himself.
Wow.
And took his own life. A few days before that incident, he had just posted a very loving message on Facebook, wishing his loving wife happy birthday. That event triggered a huge discussion on social media about Black Americans. Talking about especially on Black, if you went to Kenyan web social media pages, that was the top story.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this, you see that word ghetto? Oh, something else, another word, terminology, I'm gonna put it, they are violent. You'll hear that all the time.
Okay.
You hear Black Americans, they are violent. Like, they can go from 0 to 100 real quick. And snap. Let me welcome Liz Mutu, saying a very nice topic. I agree. And guys, those who are watching, Sagasi, I see you're here. Those who are watching, feel free. I want you guys, it's not going to be only me and Denise and other people going to come here as a guest. I want you guys to participate and be active, be proactive. I definitely
want to hear from the audience too.
As we proceed. Now, let me bring in the third guest to the room.
Hey.
Denise, go like this. Go, do it like this, Denise. No, don't sit. No, like this. Yeah, you know why?
Wow.
Okay, let me welcome. I call her Dottie the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's Kenyan, born and raised, living, and she's now in the USA. And Dottie the Queen will be running for the Senate seat in Minnesota.
Come on.
Next year.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dottie the Queen. Dottie, welcome to the room. Who's calling you, Obama? What's going on? Welcome, Dottie. Welcome to the conversation. Where did she go? She gets many phone calls during, like, that's normal. Don't worry about it. I was interviewing her yesterday, and that's what happens. I mean, me too, but sometimes I just have to cut it. Thank you, Atoidi. Now, Denise, did you hear that? She's running for the Senate seat. She's Kenyan born.
Yeah, that's huge. I love that for us.
How does that make you feel?
Oh,
an African woman coming here, and right now she's going for the Senate seat. We have the other African sister from the same state, who's actually in the serving in the Capitol Hill in the Congress.
Yes.
You know her name?
No.
She's an African congresswoman who actually also was raised in Kenya. Do you know her name?
Mm-mm.
She doesn't know her name because she's African.
That's not why.
Hey! I write it down. So she's also from Kenya. She was actually born in Somali, but because of the war crisis, then they all come to Kenya. Then from Kenya, she came to America as a refugee, and now she's in the Capitol Hill. She's in the Congress. You guys, okay? Let's check over here with the audience. Do you know who I'm talking about? Thank you, Sagasi. Ayan Oman. You know their name?
Got it.
Denise? Got it. Write it down.
Gotcha.
She's serving Ayan Oman. See, you ain't got no pen. Okay, listen. You have to get a cup of coffee as well. Get your green tea. Blessing! Even Blessing can help you today. Yeah. And actually, now talk about politics. Actually, who was the first black president in America?
You see, now you about to start. Now this pen don't work. So it depends on who you talk to. Obama.
Can I have full names, please?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Okay.
Yes.
Barack Obama. Okay. Let me ask you the next question. Was Barack Obama Black American?
Here we go. I'm trying to get my citizenship now.
You can get it, no problem. But I'm just asking you a question. Was Barack Obama Black American?
He was. What was Barack Obama? He was Hawaiian. Yeah.
He was how?
His daddy was from Kenya.
So what does that make Barack Obama? So what does that make Barack Obama?
Yes.
Hey, Hey, my African village in the room right now. Please wake up right now.
Yes.
Wake up. Okay, wait a minute. So what does that make? So
Yes.
the first black president in America was what? I want to hear you say.
Barack
I'm
Obama.
gonna say it on your behalf. I'm gonna say it on Barack Obama was Kenyan American. Kenyan American. Write it down.
Yep. Write that
Yeah,
down.
Kenyan American.
Damn.
Yeah. So
now we about to have some more next coming up.
Hey. So do we agree? Do we agree that the first black American president was Kenyan American,
Yes,
Barack Obama?
Yes. Sir.
Okay, we agree. All my Kenyans in the room.
Raise up.
At least. Oh my God. This is gonna be a long night. Thank you guys. So again, the topic today, Africans versus Black Americans. Why is it so hard? Why is it so tough for Black Africans to date Black Americans and vice versa? The first thing that Denise has told us today is stereotypes. And we're touching this up. Anything else?
I feel like it's the media too. Like we all get programming from media, from internet, from the news, from everywhere. And even using words and stereotypes in the media, definitely, I think it moves quicker, which is almost like a bad cancer. Like it moves so fast that you can't even get control of it sometimes. So
that's right.
That's we gotta make sure we use our own brains instead of letting other people think for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, Denise, I got some good news. Someone, you already got a Kenyan name, by the way. So let me give you some history. So my tribe, I am Kikuyu. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, someone gave you a very beautiful Kikuyu name. It's called Njeri. Njeris are very beautiful in my tribe.
Okay.
So now you have an African. You have an African name.
I got an African name. Yay!
They give you that name. The one right there. So just check on the screen right there. It's called Njeri. Right there. Yeah. Njeri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna make a custom hoodie for you, and I'm gonna write your name right here. I'm gonna put it Njeri for you. Yay. That's gonna be your African name.
I appreciate that.
Evelyn, welcome. Welcome to the conversation. Okay, Dottie, the queen. Oh yes, get on the computer. Perfect. Yes. Now this is gonna work. Yes. I forgot to mention that, Dottie. Next time, like if you come in, let's just be coming in with a computer, using a computer. So let's welcome the future senator of Minnesota, Dottie the Queen. Yeah, yes. Hey, and by the way, she's from my country, so please relax. She's a Black African. Please.
Yes.
So Dottie, hey, are you gonna go again? What? Oh, please. Are you kidding me? She crashed again.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, she crashed again.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've given you a Kikuyu name.
Thank you.
Ain't that sweet?
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Okay. Be careful. Let's talk about it right now. I put people on the hot seat. Are you single right now? Are you dating an African right now?
No.
So the Kenyan kicked out. They kicked out.
All gone.
Okay, I crossed it out. They're all gone.
Just go ahead and cross it out.
As I wait for Dottie to come in, we're gonna have a look at something that really was a big wake up. I mean, it was a big wake up call for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go back to the subject of George Floyd.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when here in the DMV, we had, the protests were going on. So I actually took my camera and I went to DC to document what was happening in DC. And I went there, and at one point I was live streaming on my Facebook page. And I remember someone who's of course African asking me, why are you protesting for them?
Yeah, those people. Yep.
Guys, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
They say that. Someone told me personally, like, why are you protesting for them? Does it make any sense? Let's read this comment as we proceed, man. We got so much to cover today, Denise. Africans need to stop looking at African American from an outside lane.
Yes.
Once we understand their struggle from their point of view, then we will have empathy.
Yep. Across the
board.
board.
That point right there.
Yes.
You took that home.
I need a clap for that. And
we
vice
took that
versa.
home.
Yes, vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yep.
You hear that?
Yeah. I need to stay up there the whole night.
Hey, look at this, Denise. Always think this way. Their oppressor is always in their face. And our oppressor, now for the Black Americans, was always a yardstick away. So that's a closing statement. Mm-hmm. See, Denise, what happened in and now let's go back, which actually now brings the second point of why is it so tough, and why is it uncommon to find Black Africans dating Black Americans and vice versa. We have historical trauma.
Yeah.
Both Black Africans and Black Americans have experienced a history of oppression and discrimination.
Yep.
Which can impact their views on relationships and dating.
Mm-hmm.
Historical trauma can create mistrust and resentment towards other groups, which can make it difficult to form cross-cultural relationships.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Totally.
Denise, the Black American oppressor is still here.
Mm-hmm.
Africa, we come from a place of colonization. We don't talk about nobody even mentions the word colony in Africa. Mm-hmm. This was back in the 60s and in the 50s and the 40s. So it's not even a subject.
Right.
You don't hear that conversation about, you see what the white people are doing? The white colonial masters are doing to us. You don't even hear that. I'm in America. That's a conversation every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Say something about it. What's your view?
Well, this is a lot. I don't even know what it's
I know.
This comment, this is a lot to unpack. I'm trying to think where to start. So I do want to start here. I think as a human race, us as human, all skin, all ethnicities, all races, we have this thing where we want to look on the outside, form an opinion, and then react.
That's right.
Most of us do not think about the inside, what's in here, what's underneath the outside, before we react or treat or talk to a person. I feel like that has to be a shift. Somehow, some way, we have to understand that we're actually doing this. We all do this. We look at the outside, we form an opinion, we react.
Yeah.
We don't think about the inside, the brains, the heart, the mind, the soul. We don't think about none of that. So let's just start there.
Yeah.
And that's under the conversation of unity. It's hard to be unified, especially when we talk about this conversation here, because we both have oppressors on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we meet in the middle? So do we stay out here? Do we stay, okay, we're stuck in our oppression, or do we meet in the middle somewhere? So this, it's a lot.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's so much to
listen, remember what I told you? I was like, remember when I actually just pitched the idea of bringing this to the podcast, I said, hey, Denise, this is gonna be like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, but I knew
yes,
we had to do part 1, the part 2, and the part 5, and the part 6 of this conversation.
Yes, for sure.
Just to unpack everything that we're having, we're talking about today. But again, thank you very much, whoever who's watching here. Be proactive in this conversation. I'm gonna be flashing your comments on the screen. But I like what Sagasi said. Africans need to stop looking at African Americans from an outside lane, and let's say also and vice versa. I can say that. Once we understand their struggle from their point of view, we will have empathy. Let me tell you something, Denise. I've met some really ignorant Black Americans. That is what they do is, and I'm saying this actually from a distance. What they do is, you see the way you talk about like people just they're too quick to judge someone. Where we come from, we have different accents. The way I speak English, we speak different. We speak differently.
Yeah.
And you might, you got some. I got some my brothers and sisters when they speak English. I mean, the accent is deep, like it's deep.
Yeah.
And I've watched someone go like, someone would just say something, and just because of the way he said it or how he pronounced the word, they automatically cut him off. Like, this is Africa. Then the stereotypes coming. The stereotyping coming.
Yeah. All the information roll back in from what they learned.
Roll back in. But then, again, remember, I told you I got a bunch of Black American friends. I've been in a place where I'm with Black Africans, and as soon as a Black American comes in the picture, you see the energy just go down like this. It's all about, again, look at them. Oh, think you're better than everybody. Like then everything starts piling up. Dottie is right here. Dottie actually, because unfortunately you're.
She got
can you read that comment?
Comments? Oh.
Can you? Yeah. Okay. Can you read that? What she say?
Yeah.
What did she say? Read that.
Wait a minute. Black Americans are the most hard people to date for me. I've dated 2 and didn't last even 2 months. That makes sense.
How long did your? But yeah, that's actually interesting. So how long did your African relationships last?
So some of them were really short, not long, maybe a month.
What? A month? Okay.
Yeah, and then the other ones were like years and years.
Oh, years and years?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. So let me make a bright guess. The Ghanaian was the longest one. The Ghanaian was the longest one?
Yes.
In that order. The Kenyan was also. The Kenyan was how many? Like 2 months?
Not long. It was like a month. Yeah.
A month. Okay. Because I'm gonna say something about that. What about the Ethiopian guy?
That was a little bit longer, and that was a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna say about maybe 2 to 6 months.
Okay. You see this?
Yeah.
Listen, I can. Dr. The Queen, everybody. Listen, I did it. Listen, I did it a Black American.
Hello.
Let's have a commercial break. Let's have a commercial break. Let's have a commercial break. God damn it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Bold TV YouTube Primetime Show. Why are you laughing, Denise? Why are you laughing?
Because
Why are
I'm
you laughing?
waiting for the answer. Go ahead.
There's nothing for me to explain. Are you all ready for an explanation?
Yes.
Just know I did it. Listen, I did it a Black American, and let me just have a cup of coffee.
It lasted this long, like that.
Like,
It didn't work. I mean, it happens.
hey, there's nothing to work. See why I'm asking you that question? Like, because you were saying, you say 1 month for the Kenyan guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that category. So that's accurate.
Okay.
So actually mine was 18 days.
Going on here. Okay.
Yeah, so it was 18 days. 18 days.
Not 18.
I did it in the Black Americans for 18 days, and those 18 days.
Now what you count?
In those 18 days, hey, relax. We have to take a cup of coffee. Somebody called the paramedics.
Did it change your life?
My blood pressure went so high. So for those 18 days, listen to this, Denise. For those 18 days, I kicked her out of the house 4 times. 4 times. 4 times. 4 times.
Oh no.
She drove me crazy.
Oh, poor Nelson.
But I'm saying for Nelson, there's nothing poor here.
Well, poor 18-day girl.
Yeah. I wasn't, so I'm in that category.
This
How
is
can we make
another
things work?
thing we didn't talk about.
What?
The mentalities, like how we're raised. Like, I feel like most Africans are raised off of kindness. Like, that's your baseline, like generosity and kindness.
That's right.
You would think most people were raised like that. You would hope most people were raised like that. But unfortunately, a lot of us weren't. So yeah, I think that's a disconnect too. Like it's like, what is common sense? What you?
Oh, listen. By the way, Denise, I don't even. How did we miss that comment? Read the one on the screen.
Oh dang!
Read it out loud.
Oh, what? It's like the one that came to my family. Oh, he is serving. That's supposed to be serving life in federal prison.
Yes, federal prison.
Wow.
Sagasi. Let's do this. This is very interesting.
I'm noticing something too.
Black American. Serving life in federal prison. Let's do this. Guys, I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put a link in the comment section. Sagasi, come up here. I'm going to put a link in the comment section. You can join us up here in this conversation. Dottie has said that she dated 2 Black Americans and didn't even last 2 months.
Right.
Do you hear that thing about, like, it's quick in, quick out?
I'm noticing.
Mine was 18 days. But I said 18 is almost crazy. My blood pressure went up. 4 times she kicked out of the house. With a lot of shenanigans going on.
I see.
And by the way, and mind you, by the way, she was a God-fearing woman. I'm a God-fearing man.
Right.
we're kind of like trying to see, like, you know, like when you want to check, like, okay, here and here, here and here. How are you brought up? How was I brought up? But then I started looking. I started seeing a lot of differences on how she was brought up and how I was brought up,
Yep.
and that really
Huge. And it's not even.
Oh, you can see.
That's the underlying. That's what I mean by looking on the inside of the person's heart.
Yeah.
Your mind can do some things, but what's your core? What's your heart like?
That's right. It hasn't even come close.
Right.
So I wanted to bring what you told. I mean, I had done, you know, I was all this write down my notes. So I was looking at cultural differences.
Mm-hmm.
Black Africans and Black Americans may have different cultural backgrounds and beliefs,
right,
that can create barriers to forming romantic relationships. For example, cultural norms around gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
What a woman is supposed to do, you know, like the African mentality of, you know, the woman is supposed to be submissive. And when it comes to Black Americans, okay, I gotta keep on going on because Black memories are coming back.
It's okay.
Family values
Yeah.
and religion can differ between these groups, which can make it challenging to find common ground in a relationship. Do you agree with that?
For sure. That's why even in these short-term interactions, it's important to get to know the person. Like, and there's nothing wrong with, okay, oh, it's not working, let's go. Like, it's nothing wrong.
Wow. Denise, I got another special guest for you tonight.
Okay.
We're gonna welcome my sister. She's actually in Baltimore. What's going on? Why she's hanging? Okay, there you go. She lives in Baltimore.
Okay.
But
good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, Denise.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, so you are talking about this, and I just wanted to share. I'm just gonna cut the story to where my sister got married to an African American. His name is Rodney Flukas. You can search it, Rodney Flukas. Put that name in the search engine, and you'll see everything that he's done. Anyway.
Listen, did you say Rodney Flukas?
Yes, Angalia Sai. Search.
Go ahead, Carlo.
Yeah, so my sister was married to him. And the story is on the newspaper. I don't want to go into it. And what ended up, I had to foster 4 of his kids for 2 years because of that foolishness. Now he's serving life in a federal prison.
What did he say? What did he do again? As I'm looking, blessing is
trafficking, child trafficking, incest.
Whoa!
Underage children. Yes.
Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Search hapo. Nakwambia. Rodney Flukas, angalia, itatoka.
Oh my God, check this out. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Soma, tell the world.
This is crazy. Actually, hold up. I gotta bring this up. Oh my God. Wait, this was your sister's husband?
Yes.
Go ahead, Carla, because I'm gonna bring the story up. Guys, now we're getting started. Now the show starts. Before I was just running my mouth. Denise, I told you, girl.
Kuna receipts hapo, kuna evidence.
I'm gonna bring this thing up as we proceed. And that's why I love YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Again. Blessing, just give me a second. I'm gonna bring this thing on the screen for you guys to see.
I Oh, I could send it to her. All you had to do is Google it. It came right up.
No,
You
no, I got
found
it
it,
right
didn't
here.
you? Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
right up.
I gotta give you a second.
That's wow.
This is wild. This is bonkers.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay, so
2017, I received a letter from the government. You have possible relatives. Because there's a long story happened before that. So me and my sister, we weren't talking because of this guy. So we weren't talking. So I received a letter 2017. You have possible relatives. They're in foster care. So now me, I go finding my possible relatives. 4 kids. From 8 years old, I think it was to 12 years old. I had to bring them to my house for 2 years.
Wow.
okay, now, okay, Carlo, please allow me first of all. I'm gonna bring the first. I think it's the one you're talking about, but let's have a look at this. Was he also doing this to his own children?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I got the right one.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Because the older girl is the one who eventually wanted to kill herself. He went and ran. I'm sorry, I'm talking. We are used to Nelson, so we talk in English and Swahili. I'll try to skip English. So, the older kid is the one who went and crashed the vehicle. And that's why when he went to the hospital, he reported it to the hospital. Like his father has been molesting him since he was 10, 12 years old. And she was 18 at that particular time.
And he had married your own sister?
Yes.
Mm.
Woo! Denise, do you agree why black African women, they also run away? They'd be like, because also, by the way, actually, I also had put down the issue about crime. Crime was a factor. Like such stories, scare
Yeah.
people from where we come from. Yeah, it scares them a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Now I can look at it from the perspective of black African women who say, "Hey, keep your hands away from black American men."
I mean, it
Does
all
it make sense?
Yes, it all makes sense. But it's also like, are we going to allow that to divide us? Like, we become, instead of becoming all of us black or all of us African.
Yeah.
Are we going to allow these situations and the reporting of these situations? Let's be honest about that too. To divide us, even with George Floyd, like the division of everyone, not just black, everybody was divided. Is that helpful? It's not helpful.
Nah.
It's
not helpful.
Right.
It's not. Yeah.
So
we have a responsibility to educate and make people see
both sides.
It's more than that.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
That's right.
Need to be
heard. And that's where I come, I can tell you from my personal experience, if you come from Kenya and you come into America, you come with a different mindset, with a different view. You look at the African American in a different way, and then when you see their struggle, you don't connect with them. You are questioning yourself, how come they can't do this? How come they can't do this? But you don't understand the history, the in-depth struggle that they've gone through for all those years. But once you are in their community and embrace them and learn who these African American community people are, then you get them from where they are and you move in, and I'm telling you, you meet the greatest people. Because now you're connecting, you have that empathy. You don't have the judgment, you see? Because some situations you will find in these homes, I don't want to talk into details, from my background, I'll be questioning why is this happening? Why is this, but then you have to see the history of where it came, to the point of taking the black man from the home and leaving the, women with the children. And it's just crazy. And this is all systemic. It has been planted from generation to generation, trying to strip you away, stripping it. And that's the struggle there. But once we understand that, then you have that humility. Hey, I get you, and I can support you, and I can open your mind, maybe travel to Africa, see that different culture, and to open your mind in a different way.
Definitely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I do agree. Actually, like what I do, Denise, like most of the time, like I find myself telling many Black Americans that I come across, and even within my my circle of friends, like, hey, you can hop on that plane and go to Africa, bro.
Yes, we gotta go.
So, like,
it's nothing like being there. Yeah, in person.
If find the roots, connect with the roots of where you come from.
Yes.
Have you ever done so Denise, like for example, like you haven't been to Africa, but you're gonna go to Kenya, like we agreed. You're gonna be going to Kenya very soon. Hey, book the flights, check the flights. Nairobi one way.
Coins saved up.
Nairobi one way. It's gonna be a while.
When you land in Nairobi, you will feel a different kind of freedom. Like
I'm telling you,
you'll feel freedom.
I was wondering where to go first. Like it's hard to choose where to go first.
Denise, have you ever heard of like Black Americans who went to Africa and they just got there and they stuck there and never came back?
Changed their life. Yep. More than once. Yep. For sure.
It's the beauty, like when you finally identify with the roots of where you come from. Because at the end of the day, Denise, in your family tree, it doesn't matter how many generations we're gonna go back, something's gonna take us back to Africa.
Yep.
See where I'm coming from?
For sure.
It doesn't matter.
And that's where the unity comes from. That's exactly where the unity comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Carlo, I like your point, man. You walked in with a different vibe. God damn. Guys, I'm gonna bring this story up to this guy here. It's mind-boggling. Have you checked it, Denise? Can you tell them what you've seen?
I've read the summary.
The headlines?
Yeah.
How he was sexually abusing his own kids.
Yep.
And you know what, Carlo? It's interesting. Like I say this on my TikTok show every day. Like you never know who's watching, and you never know what kind of story to expect. I never thought Carlo, that I would be running this topic. She's actually a Vote TV self-appointed ambassador. But I never thought I would hear you say such. I never knew about this.
Nelson, we have stories. My story, if I write, I tell you, you'll write a book. That's why we connect with Vote TV.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we connect with Vote TV. Yeah, because every story, unaona, you see yourself in that story. You see yourself.
Denise, I'm so happy that we did this.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we did this.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm actually saving this as the last piece, and just let's do 5 more minutes and then we're gonna take a commercial break. Carlo, you came to America. When did you come to America?
1997.
97. Look at that. That's over 25 years.
Yeah, it's time to go home.
And where are you located? Tell them again, because I know.
Oh, I can tell you where I work. I work in predominantly African American, and that's why I'm telling you I understand the African American culture. I'm ingrained in it. I work in Baltimore City, and I work in Baltimore City Public Schools. I'm an elementary school librarian. So, and I deal with predominantly African Americans, so I can tell you I understand and, have a lot of empathy for this community. Because what I see, we lack a lot of things that we are supposed to have those things. What is the word? What's the word? Oh, we went to commercial. Expectations. You know, we.
No, it's not commercial.
I don't even. I can't even say.
Okay, it's not commercial. Now check on the screen. Now let's look at that story, Denise.
Yep,
and
that's
the viewers.
That's it.
There you go. This is the story of the Black American man who had married Carlos' sister. A Stockton man is sentenced to life in prison for long-term sexual abuse of minors, including his own children. That one gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he moved his victim from Georgia to Klamath Falls, Oregon, before relocating to Stockton.
Yep, interstate trafficking.
Rodney Flukas, 50 years of Stockton, was sentenced today in life in prison for transportation of minors with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. 10 years in prison for transporting an adult daughter. Oh my God. So this is basically, this was your niece. Like, let's say.
No, not my niece.
No,
those were older kids. No. My niece, I'm
okay.
so glad they were not affected, but the kids were being beaten kama gunia ya mahindi, to the point that he used to stamp hit the kids with the.
Start teaching her African languages.
Yeah,
10 years in prison for transporting an adult daughter across state lines with intent to engage in incest. Jesus Christ. And 20 years in prison for attempted witness tampering. U.S. Attorney McGregor, blah, 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 ordered the sentences to be served consecutively. Then, listen, this guy was sentenced to life in prison, 10 years in prison for transporting his own daughter with an intent to engage in incest, and 20 years for attempted witness tampering. Did they put his face up here?
Yeah, there are pictures everywhere.
Let's go back here.
Yeah, there are pictures everywhere.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's go back. Wow. Denise, in the comments?
Yes. So what I'm noticing is like stereotypes about ourselves that we don't even know about. Like when you said earlier that when you're around your African friends and then an African American man comes in the mix, the energy goes down. I was sitting here like, I wonder why. Now that you're showing me all of this and telling me all of this, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
We don't get this information. We don't even know that this information is out there. But you all know all about it, are in an uproar about it, and we're oblivious to what is happening. The division that's happening. And we don't know. We're unaware about a lot.
Oh my God, thank you very much. Let's welcome. We have another guest in the room. $ Mike Larry 16. Is that your Cash App?
Yeah, that's my Cash App, but that's for my show. I'm not looking for any donations or anything like that.
I got you. I was just checking. Hey, Mike Larry, I'm actually glad that you're here, man. You know, listen, sit on your camera, bro. Let's have this conversation with our faces
right now. I'm tired. I've been working a lot, so that's why. And plus, I just did a show. I was on camera, and I don't want to get on camera right now. But
no problem. Okay, Mike Larry. But okay, let's have this conversation. Africans versus Black Americans.
Right. So to be honest, I just stumbled upon this conversation, and let me just say this from the rip. All right, I am 100% Black American. Right.
Right.
And I have a lot of love for my continental Africans. Now I want to say however, let's be honest. Now let's be honest. Let's bridge the gap. Now as far as your culture, and my culture, we have similarities, but then we don't have. Now to get to the point when y'all come here to America, I don't know if y'all based in America right now. That I'm not. That's that. I'm not interested in
both
that.
Both are.
Okay.
Both are.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now, and I know a lot of African people. So y'all have this discussion before y'all get here or while you're here. Do not deal with those akatas, those yo-yos. All right. I know a lot now. Now, and let me tell you, I come in peace, so I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way. But
let's go, Mike Larry.
Y'all have those discussions, and at the end of the day, we all have a common, if you will, and I loosely say, enemy. Okay, that caused destruction in Kenya.
That's right.
All over. If we know about 1865 or 1868, I may be off, but 1860, circa that time, the Berlin Conference, the scramble for Africa, okay? Where
that's right.
King Leopold II and many others, even in South Africa. I know a lot of history now. So they did a lot of damage to y'all as well as us over here. So we have a similarity on the destruction and stealing our history and not knowing and things of that nature. Only thing I'm saying is to conclude what I'm saying is that we welcome y'all with open arms.
Mm-hmm.
However, because of the certain crimes and things that happen here and the things that we do or have to do or whatever, y'all make it seem like we are bad people to deal with. Now it's a cultural difference. It's a cultural difference. So now
that's right.
I just seen you looking at an article or whatever, right? Now let's get to it. Now, if we look at the crimes that's going on where you originally come from, it's bad as well.
Yeah.
So do we say, oh, these Africans coming here, let's not fuck with them because they do all this stuff in their country and they're gonna bring that here? We don't say that.
Yeah.
So why? So and I ask this question, I'm gonna shut up. Why y'all get that talk? Why y'all get that talk to not deal with us? Oh shit! Hold on, let me. Hey,
they calling you. Yeah, the Yatas and the Yaras, they're calling you, Mike Larry.
I'm on a conference call right now. I'm gonna call you right back. Give me
Kalas.
Kalas.
All right. Right. So answer that question for me.
So Mike Larry, so shoot that question again, please, because I think I got interrupted by your phone call.
Okay, so why y'all get that talk before y'all come here, and why y'all here to not deal with those Black Americans? Why is that? Give me the number one reason why. It don't have to be number one. Just give me a list of that and why.
Yeah. So number one, you look like I can give you that answer from my own perspective, and exactly what I know is like once you before we get here, everything about America is cool. Actually, everyone want to come out here and be like every other, because like any other Black American celebrity, because that's all they see on the news and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's something we call like it's the cultural shock aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
You get here and you're like, whoa, this is not what they were showing on the news. This is what I read about. And then it starts from there. I was giving at the beginning of the show, there's something I mentioned. I was telling Denise and the viewers. I say I was on the streets documenting the George Floyd protests.
Okay.
And I had Black Africans who were looking at me like, what are you doing there? Okay. You don't belong there.
Okay.
You see where I'm coming from? It's like, it's not Black Africans being killed by the cops. It's not Black Africans being killed on the streets. And that's where the lack of empathy divides us. Mm-hmm. Because Black is universal. If you eliminate Africa, there's no Black America.
Exactly.
See where I'm coming from?
Exactly. Okay.
So
where does the hate come from?
I think I can. I think
Yeah,
I
go
can.
ahead.
What can I say?
Yes,
Something, Nelson?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I can't see his name. But if you look at it, Africa is
Mike Larry.
a colonized continent. And
Yeah.
what we have, our education, what we've been educated, we still haven't gotten our education. Just the same you here in America, you are deprived of your education. So we are not as educated. So when we come, we have that mindset that we've been trained, which I think it's a white supremacy mindset,
Exactly.
which has been instilled in us, divide and conquer, So you come here with that mentality, oh, African Americans are lazy, or African Americans are involved in crime, they don't do anything. But where you have to come here to realize, to know the history, because when we come here, we don't know African American history. It's not taught on the continent.
That's right.
Once you get over here, now you're like, okay, you learn the history, 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, all these kind of things. And then that's where you learn and you're like, oh my goodness. Oh my God, and that's where the empathy comes in.
Right.
That's what the
So,
empathy
but
comes in.
not everybody comes ready with all that knowledge. So
Right.
it has to be us here trying to educate. Thank God for TikTok. Now you can see a lot of that being educated to people. But education has always been suppressed.
Go ahead.
And it's still being
Carlo.
suppressed.
Carlo, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring Mike Larry back. And thanks God for Afrobeat. Thanks God for African music. We got Afrobeat all over the place.
Afrobeats was created by African American. If we want to go to history, we could go through the history. We could do that, and I'm telling you, I am filled with knowledge. Okay,
Mike Larry, it's like me telling you that every drum you hear in a hip hop instrumental is an African drum.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
No, drum. Okay, the drum.
But we don't go that route. We don't go that route though.
Because I mean, we can go there. Yes, the beat is the drum is like the beat, the beat of the heartbeat and all that stuff, right? However, let's be very honest. The rhythm, the sound, everything is totally different. Now, let me ask this one question for all y'all, because when I ask this question, I
like this conversation.
I want the queen right there that haven't spoken yet. I want her to answer the question first. What culture, y'all culture, African culture, and Black American culture, whose culture is the dominant influence upon the world, that influence the world? You tell me, is it the Continentals or the Black Americans here? You let me know. Tell me, and I'm going to start with the queen up there, because I still respect y'all. At the end of the day, it's all love. We all from the same tree. However, we got to keep it 100.
She's already adopted, by the way. She's African since we started the podcast. She's not African.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay. So
we adopted her.
But Denise. She haven't spoken yet. So Denise, what's your name? Denise?
Yes.
Denise, answer that question. Who is the dominant culture that has the most influence upon the world? Huh?
So
I'm not gonna lie. I had a little sip, but I don't care. Go ahead, Denise.
Mike Larry.
Yes.
Okay. No, Mike Larry out here dropping French Montana ad libs.
Oh, you
go ahead, Denise.
You stupid.
So the hip hop culture is very influential.
Not just hip hop, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, we're on the same page. I understand what you're saying. Yes, we
Mike
are
Larry.
very influential. There's a lot of people who try to copy us. And
Don't bite your tongue, God damn it. Talk.
Yeah.
Don't bite your tongue. Talk.
Just say all beats are African beats. They originated from Africa, from slavery all the way to now. Origin is Africa. So you cannot separate us from you cannot separate yourself from Africa. You know, that's the origin. So
the reason why I'm biting my tongue.
Go ahead, Denise.
Is because I want us to remember. That's why I hated the African versus Black American. This is why I hate this. Because
that's what made me join. That's what made me join.
Because
we love it.
Because we don't realize that we are one people. Like we are one another.
Exactly.
We're together. So I don't want us to get focused on the verses. I want us to focus on the unity. Yes. How can we, even though we know all of these facts, all of the history that we know, all of you all are very knowledgeable. I know some things too, but
you know, Denise. Listen, Denise. You know some things. You dated 3 Africans. I'm just saying. Let me see my comment.
Now that we know,
you know some things. Mike Larry, she knows some things.
Now that we have all of this experience and we know all of these facts and we know all the history, now what? That's the conversation I want to have. Now what?
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Mike Larry.
Hold on.
Wait.
Now that we know this.
Mike Larry.
Right. No. I'm going to tell you something. Now, listen, I'm about to tell you something right now. I'm about to go live on my channel. I have a big following on my channel. It's called All Viral Access Media. So I'm going to go live right now with this conversation. I'm not going to be here too long because I see y'all been here over an hour. So I'm not going to be here too long, but this is a great discussion. All right. So
thank you, Mike Larry, last question before you go. Have you ever dated an African woman?
No.
Okay, have you ever been to Africa?
But I listen.
There's no buts, bro.
No.
Have you been to Africa?
I'm telling you why it didn't happen. Because the simple fact, look, I was working at Walmart, right?
Okay.
I was working at Walmart, right? And it was African girl came in there. She was with her family, fine, fat ass, everything, fine.
Okay.
Mike.
I'm just keeping 100. Exchange numbers and everything. The reason why she didn't come meet up with me is because her family, her mother, her father, her sister, her brother told them, do not mess with those Black Americans, motherfucker. That's why.
Nope. Ain't gonna happen.
Hey, that's a
they
fact.
Ain't want her on the news like everybody else.
So that's the reason why. So wait, hold on. So hold on. So before I go live, before I go live, do you want me to stay on or you want to kick me off? Let me know right now, and I just leave y'all the hell alone. Let me know right now.
No, listen. You can drop. Listen, you say you want to go and start your own live stream, but what you can do is you can just drop your final statement. This is not the last conversation we're gonna have. This is actually just the genesis of this topic, and we're gonna keep on discussing it in the upcoming weeks. So you can you've given us I like that the last point, because that point just hit home. You say the mother, the father, the grandpa, the whole village say, don't date, don't even go and think about talking to these Black Americans.
I'm gonna end this.
That's it right here.
No. That's not even good enough. I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna say this real talk. And this is out of love. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you heard of Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Ivan Sertima? I'm pretty sure you heard of Sheikh Anta Diop. Have you heard of Sheikh Anta Diop?
Yeah.
He's from Senegal.
That's right.
You the one that put out.
Have you ever been to Senegal?
The Out of Africa theory. Okay, cool. Now let's exclude.
Oh, so you haven't been to Africa? Sorry, I forgot that part.
Right, but I have. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of history. Now, here's the thing: the history that we know.
Knowing history, Mike Larry, knowing history and being there when the history took place, those are two different things. But go ahead.
listen to what I'm saying. At the end of the day, the history that was there, it was lost in Africa. A lot of the history was lost in Africa, sir. A lot of your,
That's right.
A lot of your own history was lost, sir. So
That's right.
Okay, then. So let's not act like that have not happened. So I'm gonna conclude. Here's my point. So there has been a lot of African American, even Caribbean scholars like Dr. Ben, Ivor Van Sertima, John Henrik Clark, that spent 50 plus years, and I mean 50 plus years, debating, being college professors, having debates with these European scholars and everything about Africa, highlighting the true history.
Sasa weka camera.
All of that stuff, especially talking about Kemet or Egypt and Mali, you know what I'm saying? Timbuktu, all of those things, and put Africa on the map. And I mean, literally, this is what, see, what I'm saying, you probably don't even know, so you need to do your history on that. And I mean, for 50 to 60 plus years, they died teaching the African history, and a lot of history that y'all don't even know about your own history. And let's.
What do you mean? Wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean, y'all? Wait a minute. What do you mean y'all don't know about your own history?
A lot.
Can you clear that part? How can somebody else tell your history?
I'm about to do it right now.
How can anybody else tell you your own history? You see, when I love this kind of talk, because my skin's thick. I'm a very knowledgeable human being, and I'm very keen. And listen, you say they teach you your own history that y'all don't even know. What you talking about, bro?
Well, let me make it clear. Some, okay, some.
You might take that shit for granted.
No, I'm not taking it for granted. Let's not forget. Y'all can't call us xenophobes because there's a lot of tribes, over 100 plus tribes in Africa. So y'all don't even deal with each other. Y'all stick with your own, okay? Y'all own.
Said who? Culture. How do you know that? How do you know that?
I know that. I listen.
How do you know that?
I know.
How do you know that, bro?
Africa, you asking me?
Human nature too.
Do you want me to tell you?
Because it's what all I'm hearing is two things. One, I hear or I read. You ain't been there. You don't know. You ain't been on the ground. How you gonna scream from how you gonna scream from the top of a mountain and define our history at a place where you have never been?
I am trying to explain to you, sir.
You lost me that conversation.
Well,
but what I'm gonna do is this. What I'm gonna do is this. When you're seeking for a common ground of how we can bring these two cultures together, it's not about what you know and how much you know and how many tribes you know and all this kind of stuff. You don't know listen. You haven't been to Africa. You don't have an identity.
Listen to what how you feel.
You're a Black American.
Yes. So
you haven't been first of all,
we are Native Americans as well. Don't you ever get it twisted.
That's right. We know that.
Sir, it's documented though. Everything is documented in history. It's called research. It's documented. I'm not just talking out of my ass.
Africa is a continent, not a country. You know, I've met people who think that Africa is one country. Do you know that?
I don't know that. That's why I say continent.
No, I'm just saying.
Africa, that means a continent. You're not following me. Continental. That means continent.
I'm hearing every word he's saying, bro.
So
we can go back to back, pound for pound, anything, man. I got you. It's a very interesting conversation, and I like it.
What I'm telling you, all right, I'll leave it like this. Don't you know that we fought for immigration and fought for y'all to come here? Y'all didn't just come here. We fought for that. Black Americans here fought for y'all to get here. The white man was
Black Americans.
Listen, the white man, the white establishment, the United States government was not trying to let y'all come here.
Amen.
We fought for those legislations to pass.
Black Americans, I disagree. I disagree.
How?
I disagree.
How?
Because who built the American infrastructure? It's the Africans that were brought here as slaves from Africa.
Sir.
That's where it starts.
Black Americans, sir.
You're jumping on immigration and all this stuff, but let's go to the core.
Let's do it. It was Black Americans that
you're trying to build a house from the top. You're trying to build the house from the top.
How did y'all build it? How did y'all build it? So how
lay the foundation?
How was you able to get here, sir? And I'm talking about you right now. How was y'all able
where are your ancestors from?
My ancestors,
Chicago, no. California, New York,
no,
VA,
Maryland,
Minnesota.
No, let me tell you.
So that's where your ancestors are from.
Let me tell you, sir. Let me tell you. The Eastern Shore.
Look at the comments.
The Eastern Shore Cherokee Indians, sir. That's mine.
Mike Larry.
You can't tell me.
I'm gonna invite you. Listen, I'm gonna invite you for just me and you on this podcast. We're gonna run this conversation.
You're not gonna invite
me. We're gonna just
much love. Much love.
I love you, bro. $ Mike Larry. Welcome to the podcast. Africa versus Black Americans. Denise.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
You said it's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a long night. Everybody else in the chat room. By the way, let me give a shout out to This Is Africa. Welcome, man. You here? Oh my God. You see, Dottie, listen, look at what Dottie said. See? Why don't they Black American, man? Oh my God. This is Africa, by the way. That's my brother. And by the way, he's a white American who's married to a Kenyan woman. He's saying there were African immigrants long before the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
You get that part? Someone is saying Africa wins by a landslide. The Town flag say that was heated. I love this kind of conversation. By the way, do you see why I bring my cup of coffee, Denise? I told you.
Camera.
I would have had my cup to sip too.
Everybody bring a cup of coffee. But you see, now do you understand? Because and you know what, Denise? We just poked the bear. This conversation has to continue on a national scale.
Yeah.
We're blessing it. Blessing is just commenting.
She's not going.
She's shy. Oh,
yeah.
Listen. She's shy. She's shy. I know she's not shy. But she was making me run 16 times.
She did.
The girl got you a ranch dressing. She wasn't shy. Calling my name. Don't remind me about that. But anyway.
One side
the conversation. It was. I love it. That me, guys. You see what your tongue flex. Yeah. But do you see where I'm coming from? That like what I had with Mike Larry. I've faced those kind of conversations a million times.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna have someone like Dottie the Queen who's gonna say, "What? That's why I don't date black American men."
This is one thing I did want to say. A lot of times, So when we hear stuff about ourselves, like Nelson, you could have grew up when you grew up. Nelson's such a nice person. Nelson's so sweet. Nelson give anything off the like. If you hear that your entire life, what kind of man will you become? A giving man, a caring man, a kind,
generous person. That's right.
If you hear Nelson's dangerous, he's reckless, he's do this, he always, you hear that, then what kind of man do you become?
Like a program.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's right.
Over
like a tape.
and over again.
It's like a broken record.
We are what we see. We are what we say. Yeah. And we are what we hear. So a lot of times we just repeating the stereotypes because we hear them. we're doing actions. Our actions are the stereotypes because, oh, that's who you think I am. Let's be that. And then also with the that's a whole nother conversation. I ain't gonna go there, but yeah.
Hey, we gotta go. Listen, we gotta go all the way in.
Yeah, and that's where you have to be able to dismantle it. Dismantle those biases. You have to be able to be there.
That it's there, and the awareness that is not helpful. Is it helping in this situation currently? In the situation we all are in currently, is it helping?
Denise, have you ever heard the term the passport boys?
Passport boys?
Oh, passport boys.
Never? Oh, shoot. Mike Larry just left too fast. Okay, anybody? Okay, let's look in the chat room. You guys are familiar with the term passport boys?
Yes.
Let me see in the chat room. Denise, you're gonna learn something today.
I'm learning a lot today.
And this is just the beginning. I'm so happy that we actually just had that conversation on that night. And I said, hey, let's take this to the podcast. And here we are. Dottie, this is Africa. Passport boys. Okay, Carlo, tell Denise what passport boys, there's that term.
Yeah, my understanding, passport boys are these African Americans. They get on a plane and go to other countries to meet their loved ones. And some of them get there, they don't plan well, and they get stuck, and they can't come back home.
Okay.
That's one version of it.
That's what I know.
Denise, by the way, very interesting. I don't know whether you saw that at the beginning of the conversation, but remember when we had that conversation about how many African men have you dated, and you say 3? The town flex. Say, I would have loved to hear his opinion on the passport bros. I'm telling you, next I need Mike Larry back on the show.
Yeah, bring him back.
I'm gonna bring you back on the show. But Denise, this is something. It's a viral term that is mainly whereby it's like we have Black American men. There are other versions, by the way. Carlo, let me break it down for you. We got these dating sites specifically for Black American men who are looking for Black African women.
Okay.
And we call it the passport bros because these women, of course, the African women, what happens if they date and get married to the Black American men? They automatically gain what?
Yeah, citizenship. Yeah.
Residence, citizenship, and all this stuff. That's why we call them the passport bros.
Okay.
See that come? See.
They do this in all countries, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we call them. I would have loved to hear the conversation about the passport bros, but let's go back to actually. There's something that Mike Larry said that really caught my attention. He said he worked at Walmart, and this African fine woman came in and had the number, but who said no? Don't date these Black American men. The dad, the mom, the grandpa,
everybody.
They had to call the whole African village. They were blowing trumpets from the African villages, like. No. It's real.
Yeah.
But now you see again, it goes back to the generations.
Yeah.
Because that's what the mother knows, and trust you me, that family is in America.
I think the The culture, they have to match the culture. Like Kenyans, we are very quiet, we are very easygoing, so maybe that's why it doesn't fit with African American aggressiveness. But maybe West Africans, Nigerians are very aggressive people. So maybe, I don't know. That's
Extremely.
my opinion.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, and people like, again, there are people who usually think that Africa is a country. They think like Africa is one country. No, Africa is a continent. It is just broken down to all that. It's so vast.
Yeah.
It's so vast, and don't even get started with the tribes.
Yeah.
Okay, don't get started with the tribes. Don't get started with everything. It's so vast. It's a mass continent, and but we all have a responsibility, Denise. We all have a responsibility to educate.
Yes.
We have a responsibility. That's the bottom line. We have a responsibility to preach the message of empathy.
Yes.
And be like, hey, it's Black. The element of Black African is common in both. Doesn't matter, Black American. Actually, it's African American. Why do they say there's African in it?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, Denise, that I've seen people getting offended being called African Americans, and they prefer being called Black Americans instead of African American. Have you ever come across that?
Yes.
Like that man did not refer himself to African American. He kept saying Black American, Black American.
Yeah. I don't want to
I like the other term. Mike Larry used another very interesting term. He said continentals.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either.
Interesting.
That was my first time hearing that one.
Continental Blacks.
I don't know what that means.
He got kicked out.
How he get kicked out of his own?
And he's the host.
Did I see Dottie said she want me to find her a good one? Go back. She said she gonna try it. Is that true? Is that a challenge?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay.
But she did it too, though. She already had two.
Yeah, and I understand, like, it's like when you date outside. Well, see, and it's not even outside of our race. When you date something you're scared of or fearful of or have past experience with, it's hard to unlearn what you've learned. So you come into a situation which is actually meant to protect you with experience, but you also kind of got to learn how to unlearn what you've experienced. So that's the difficult part for all of us. In any
something very interesting. Something I'm actually picking up all these lines from Mike Larry's conversation. Something very interesting is I actually just mentioned African, like Afrobeat and African music, and say, hey, by the way, thanks God, the African music is kind of bringing us together. and the first thing that came into his mind, he say, Black Afrobeat was created by Black Americans. That's that point. My blood pressure started going up at that point.
He was very defensive.
My blood pressure started going up.
How can you have a debate while you're being
the
defensive?
Title verses. Like, I wanted us to get away from
Yeah. It was like we got to. I like that's the best way to describe it.
You said
that's the first thing.
We can do that together. All right.
Like we started this. Now, to all the viewers out there, as we come to the conclusion of this show, because I know people like Denise, it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. And people got work to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to get people getting caught up. Got to prepare for tomorrow. I have a TikTok show coming up in the next 2-3 hours. Guys, did you love this conversation? Do you want to see more of this conversation right here on Vogue TV YouTube channel? Let me see your comments. CKBM 254. That's
no.
my African boy.
You say he good. Nah.
No. He was saying no to something different. He was saying no to the African beat story.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah.
yeah. Okay, blessing. All right, let me make a public
Definitely.
proposal right here.
You gonna come on next time?
Blessing McCain.
Listen.
Hey Denise, if Blessing didn't get the message, now she's gonna get the message today. Yeah. When are we going for dinner? I want to bless you.
We gotta
dinner
have
on me.
Union. All four.
We gotta go back to the same spot. We're gonna go back to the same spot. Denise.
I didn't like the food. We gotta go to my spot, not that spot.
Okay.
Aww.
Everybody loved it.
Daddy,
everybody loved it.
We gotta get your connection on so we can talk.
We have to. And actually, I would like to again have Carlo. Thank you very much for coming up here. I'd like to have bring more folks on the table.
Yeah.
Both from the Black American culture, like Black Americans, and bring more Black Africans, and just keep on just okay. Look, hey, Blessing, you done for dinner? Let's do it. Let's do it mañana.
Yeah.
Get the number.
Let's keep listening to one another. That's the only way, listening to one another. That's all.
I'm ready. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, you know what? Denise, let me tell you something. This conversation is gonna start right here. Mm-hmm. That we started right now.
Yes.
I promise you at one point, you're gonna be sitting in press conference rooms, big press conference room, having the same conversation.
Okay. Let's get it.
Your time flex.
It is necessary.
Denise, can you as we conclude, can you again promote your business? Because I'm here.
Oh, Denise, my name is Denise Middleton. I am the owner of Rebuilding Harmony Therapies, mobile massage therapy. I'm based in the DMV, but you can only get an appointment because you know Nelson. So you got to mention
Nice. Nice.
Thank you very much. What can I say? It's a Black African taking care of a Black American business.
That's unity if I ever seen it.
That's right there. Man, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate you guys, man. It was I loved it. I loved every bit of it. This conversation has to continue. And we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. And I'm gonna bring back Denise. I'm gonna bring back other folks up here. And then we can also integrate other elements into a Denise, how we can promote Black excellence, regardless of whether Black American or Black African. Like if I have a business or whatever, or a project or an NGO or whatever, come up here. Come up here. At the end of the day, let's promote that. Let's talk that message. Black excellence. Black excellence doesn't recognize Black African or Black American. It's Black. Mm-hmm. See where I'm coming from?
Yep.
And if you and I do it, trust you me, and we keep on taking that message out, raising awareness and just educating, we gonna change the narrative. Yep. Okay?
We got
what is that? Advocate, educate.
Oh, love.
I'm waiting.
Advocate, educate.
It's four of them.
Accept.
Yeah.
That's the pillar of Volt TV. That's what I teach.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna get you there. I'm gonna get that next time.
Yeah, you told me to watch it. I'll go back.
Yes, it's love. So there's educate.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
Right.
There's accept.
Okay.
That's number two. There's love. That's number three. Mm-hmm. And there's motivate. That's number four.
Okay. Got it.
That's what that's what you see here. That's what you see. You like that?
Yes.
And by the way, Carlo, Denise has been adopted into the African community. From today,
I got a name.
Denise is officially.
Yes.
All right. Oh, give it to her. Let's go. Blow the trumpets. Let the whole village know.
Right.
Flag is here. Dorothy the Queen is here. Moses Kokach is here.
Black
Blessing is here. All the folks who took part in this conversation, man, even in the chat room. Thank you very much for keeping us busy. See you next time. Don't forget, if you're new here on Volt TV, hit that subscribe button as we continue to grow. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a good night. See you next time.
Bye,
Thank you.
family.